Hello, this is Manish Patel from IchimokuTrade.com. Today is September 1st, 2014. This is our bi-weekly Ichimoku analysis for the futures market, where we cover everything from commodity futures to crude oil to natural gas, heating oil, sugar, bonds, treasury notes, and so forth. Happy Labor Day for the people in the U.S. It's a normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you do so, you're doing it at your own risk. All the charts you're going to see are basically from TradeStation today. Here are our contact details here. You could email us at info@eiicapital.com, or you could call us. Whoa. A little hiccup here. Call us at any of our office locations here, or you could access our website, ichimokutrade.com. You could access any of our free videos there, access our trading tools from the scanners, which can generate daily reports for you, our multiple time frame email alerts, our blog, which you guys definitely should check out, because that's where we're posting a lot of trades of the week and live trades and stuff like that. Okay, let's go straight to TradeStation and start going for all the futures market. Remember, on the left-hand side is basically the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side is basically the weekly time frame. Okay. Also note, actually need to change this to daily. All these support resistances here on the daily are marked off on the weekly time frame, because we're discussing the weekly, so you can kind of see where these weekly support resistances, how they match up on the daily. Okay, so the first one we're going to go through, if you look at it here, is going to be soybeans. If you look at soybeans, this is bearish trend here. Well, it's not even a trend really, because it just broke out of the cloud here, but this is a bearish trend here, and you could see that from the daily time frame. It's a bearish trend, but it's now really a trend here on the weekly time frame because of the bullish movement here. It's approaching a major support at about 1,012.48. We believe it's going to sit there and hold there, and at that point it's going to sit there and pull back up. And you could see it's been going for a very long time here on the daily time frame, so this is due for a pullback up. Soybean oil, if you guys haven't checked this out, this was our trade of the week last week here. This is a nice bearish trend on both the daily and weekly. So this is very strong bearish trend compared to soybeans. So if you're trading anything with soy in there, so this is pretty much it, the product. And you could see that from our trades of the week, where we had a multiple time frame email last week on this. Soybean meal. If you look at this, soybean meal, this is bullish trending here, and it's going for its first major pullback. 336 is a major support for this. It's got to sit there and hold that, and then start making a move to the resistance levels, which are 381 and 393. Corn. If you see this is a major trend on both the daily and weekly to the downside. It's approached pretty much the major support at 356. If it breaks that, 323 is going to be the next level here that it's going to undergo. Okay. Whoops, I just noticed this. Sorry guys, daily has not been synchronizing. Okay, there we go. So 356 is a major support here, and from the daily it looks like it's going to sit there and try to hold, but we have to wait and see. But if it does break it, it'll go down to 323. Weekly, if you look at the weekly here, it's at a major support 542, kind of bounced off there, and you can see from the daily it's kind of showing some weakness, so it looks like the support possibly can hold. It's got to close about 570 on the weekly time frame to indicate a minor pullback to even start occurring, but it doesn't look like that right now. Oats here, this is a bullish trend here on the weekly time frame, went for a major pullback and held the 303 support level, approached pretty much the resistance, which is pretty much do or die for the pullback level, which is 374. If it breaks the 374, then it could sit there and go higher. It's at a minor support right now, 335, so it's going to be interesting to see if it breaks that 335. It's got a high probability getting to this 303 and possibly at that point breaking it, which won't be good. So this 335 level, it's got to hold this week, and then it's got to start making a move up. If it does, it's going to break the 374 level and start to approach this pivot high again. Momentum is still very, very strong as far as oats is concerned, so definitely look for the support to be holding and for it to continue to keep on going higher. Okay. Next is cocoa. If you look at cocoa, this is bullish trending here to the top side. Nice bullish trend on both the daily and weekly. It's continuing to move higher. Coffee, if you look at coffee, this is a you can't even call this a bullish trend. Change sentiments here. It didn't sit there and hold this. Well, it did hold this 170 level, but this is ugly here to a point. It's still not making a move drastically up. So this looks like it's consolidating between 170 and 2. Okay. Next is OJ. If you look at OJ here, this is consolidating between 139 and 156. Nothing exciting going on. Rough rice, remember we talked about this. This looks like it's sat there and kind of toying around right now here at the bottom. Looks like it broke the support at 12.739. It's kind of holding around here. Didn't go up, didn't go down. This is holding here. We still think the high probability of it going down. This may be the week, so we have to see exactly what's going on, but this is still strong for it to break down. Sugar here is continuing its journey to go down. It's approaching our major support at 15.02. We believe it's going to get there probably this week, and at that point it'll bounce off there. Crude oil, if you look at crude oil, it's holding a major support, which we outlined even on Twitter, which is 93.65. Natural gas here, the started a bullish trend here. This pullback to 3.776 is a major pullback level. It's got to sit there and start breaking these resistance levels at 4.145 and 4.393. If it could sit there and break them, then this thing's going to sit there and retest the high. But right now, this is starting to look ugly. Okay, so but it is still holding the support, which is what we're counting on. But in order for it to start a bullish trend again, it's got to sit there and break this 4.393 level. But first, it's got to get into this resistance of 4.145. Heating oil, really not doing anything here. It's at a major support at about 2.8246. It looks like it's trying to break down here, but only time will tell. But it could sit there and hold this level and then could continue to go higher, but we'll have to wait and see. But this is entering a consolidation pattern now where this is going to be the bottom and this looks like it's going to be the top, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. RB, which is gasoline, this is the most critical one here. This is starting to show signs of basically it sitting there entering a bearish trend. We're at a major resistance level right now, 2.6166. If it sits there and holds that, then it's going to sit there and make a move for this support, and at that point break it to go down. But we'll have to wait and see. The daily looks like it's starting to maybe possibly reverse, but you can't really tell because it's kind of just hanging around this 61, 66 level. So we're at a critical resistance level to see exactly what's going to happen here. Cotton, you could see here, it got to our support as 63.20 level, bounced off there. Doesn't mean it's going to reverse. This is just a minor pullback right now. We have to wait and see what happens. Minor resistance level is going to be 68.55, so we have to see what happens at that point there. Let's go look at the dollar. If you look at the dollar, it broke the resistance at 82.543. Next major resistance is 82.58. Sorry, 856, which would be interesting to see exactly what happens here. However, this was bearish trending here, ugly bearish trending. This is a major pullback level. By breaking this now has a high probability of entering a consolidation pattern or possibly starting a bullish trend to start coming back up here. The bearish momentum is completely almost going now. It could sit there and pull back, of course, but as far as starting a bearish trend again long term, that looks very slight now. Live cattle, if you look at feeder cattle, this is bullish trending on both the daily and weekly. Held a minor support level at 208 and broke the resistance at 214 to a point it looks like it's probably retesting the high and keep on going higher. Live cattle, this is weaker compared to feeder cattle. This is still bullish trending. However, it's not as strong as feeder cattle. This held a support at 146 and approaching a resistance at 152. And then lean hogs, this is the weakest of all of them, so you can sit there and go long feeder cattle and short lean hogs. And if you look here, this is one ugly pattern here, but it's still bullish trending. here, held a pullback level, but this is still weak compared to how this looks. But major support in this is 89.682. Major resistance is 99.981, but this is one ugly pattern to a point I'll definitely stay away from here. 2-year, if you look at 2-year, basically still bullish trending here on the weekly time frame. The major resistance is going to be 109,18. After that, you see all these different resistance levels for it to keep on going higher. 5-year, if you look at 5-year, this is not as strong as the 2-year, and you could see here it's kind of still consolidation pattern here, but doesn't look like bullish at all. 10-year, a little different. You could see here basically bullish trending here, approaching resistance levels, as you could see here. Now if you look at the 10-year and the 2-year, notice the 2-year is still stronger than the 10. Okay, so the 10, even though it's stronger than the 5, it still is not as strong as the 2-year right now. And you can see that because it's still got a lot of minor resistances it's approaching right now, and still has not made a big percentage movement up. And then if you look at the 30-year, 30-year is still a little stronger than the 10, but still not as strong as the 2-year, and you can see it approaching resistance at 141. But let me show you the 30-year, and then you can see the 2-year now, and you can see this is a nice little trend going up. And you can see from the past this is the all-time high, and here on the 30-year you could see it's approaching resistances, whereas the 2-year really doesn't have any resistances in history at all right now above this one here. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens here, but this is still very strong compared to the others. Now let's go over to metals. If you look at platinum, it's really not doing anything, so it's consolidating. Believe it or not, long term is still bearish. It held a major resistance level of 529, didn't quite get there, so this looks like it's high probability of getting back down here. Doesn't look like it's going to happen right now, but long term it looks like it's got a high probability of getting to 1340. So what we're going to do is we're going to monitor it now from this point on. So next couple of months we'll look for it to pull back up, hold these resistance levels. If I hold them, then it can start making a move down, but we have to wait and see. Gold here, a lot of people are saying gold basically may be a chance now reversing. I don't think so. If you look at it, it's holding the support at 1264. Resistances are kind of going down, so you really don't see any support resistances going higher at all right now. So this thing here looks like it's high probability of retesting this 1264 level. If it doesn't, if it comes back to 1307, hopefully it could break it and start a trend, but this does not. If you look at the daily, it had a chance to start a trend here, but it quite didn't do that at all, so it kind of fell by the wayside. So it's an ugly consolidation pattern that's squeezing down lower and lower and lower. If you look at silver, same thing, consolidation pattern that's squeezing down lower and lower, and you could see that clearer here on silver compared to gold. So if you look at it, we're still long gold and short silver as a pairs trade, and this is approaching a support which is at 18.874. And then lastly, copper. This is one ugly pattern here, and this is slowly going down just like all the metals are, and it's approaching a support at 3.0988. So overall the metals are still going down lower compared to anything else. Excuse me. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us. See you guys in 2